Good night and better tomorrows. Good night and better tomorrows.
That is the voice of my mentor. Jerry Taff was the biggest single impact on my career. When I was a college student in Milwaukee, freshman year, fellow student, Nikki Searles, came up to me at Marquette's student TV station. And I was the executive producer of a news magazine show, and she was my reporter. And she asked me if I wanted an internship. I was like, of course I do. She's like, well, I'm interning with Jerry Taff, and my internship is over. I'm like, I love it. She vouched for me. Jerry hired me. And I started my television career at WISN-TV in Milwaukee because of a guy from Texas who became the voice of Milwaukee news. Jerry was the biggest impact on my life. He was my mentor. He hired me. He got me my first job in radio at an AM radio station in Hales Corners, Wisconsin, with a rickety screen door surrounded by corn. Today, I think back and think anybody could have walked in there and taken that station off the air. Jerry hosted the Elvis Hour because he was a big Elvis fan. And I would go in there with him as he recorded that show, and then I got a job, board hopping. Then eventually I got to host my own Sunday morning show. I interned at ABC News in New York because Jerry called Peter Jennings' secretary once a week and said, did you hire Jason yet? All of the other interns were people connected to network big shots, rich kids from the East Coast, blue blood, fancy schools. And I interned at ABC News because Jerry cared enough to mentor a young kid from suburban Chicago. That catchphrase that he said at the end of every broadcast would have been cheesy from anybody else. Good night and better tomorrows. And I asked him about that. We talked all the time. Jerry would take me to dinner during his break, and then I got hired at that TV station, came back, was a reporter, got to have my mentor throw to me live in the field. It was amazing. But good night and better tomorrows, what is that about? And he said that it started organically. There was a really rough news day, and at the end, it just came to him to say good night like he did every night, but to also send out that message of hope that tomorrow there would be a better tomorrow. It's something I've thought about throughout my career, that every time when we say goodbye, even on the hardest, most difficult news day, that tomorrow could be better. We want tomorrow to be better. Jerry taught me to be myself. He taught me that it was okay to be like he was one year, voted the most popular news anchor in Milwaukee. And on that same survey, he was voted the most hated news anchor in Milwaukee. That if you stay true and loyal to the audience, that you'd know when to fight with the management because your job was to be there for the people. Jerry always was. He was always there for me, too. We stayed in touch after his retirement. But, never enough. On a day like today, when I learned that he died last night, I am filled with regret that I didn't book that flight and go see Jerry in Texas where he had retired. He told me I could steal it. He told me I could steal the line, but I never could. But tonight I say to Jerry and to you, good night and better tomorrow.